Hey, Tim, this is Danny Smith. Just calling to tell you how much I appreciate listening to your show, Truckers' Voices. It's very informative. I really like hearing the drivers' stories, how they got into the trucking industry and maybe what kind of trucks they started out with. And it's just been a lot of fun, and I would encourage any drivers out there to tune in and listen, call in, be a part of it. It's a great show.
Hey, this is Chuck Lopesiger, and I listen to Truckers' Voices every Thursday evening from 8 to 9 p.m. Eastern on Facebook or YouTube with host Tim Taylor and co-host Steve Brand, because it keeps me informed about the industry and the drivers that keep our country moving forward. Don't forget, Thursday, 8 to 9 p.m. Eastern. Be there.
Hi, this is Scott Post, and I love Truckers' Voices because there's always something entertaining and educational for our industry. And it's also hosted by two of my good friends, Tim Taylor and Steve Brad. Tune in tonight. And in the meantime, be safe out there.
Hey everybody, how you doing tonight? My name's Charlie Demchuk, and I'm here to welcome you to tonight's big show. Y'all sit back, relax, enjoy the show. Tim and Steve got a good one in store for you. So have a good night. We'll see you.
Hi, this is Tony Wainwright. I hope you enjoy listening to Truckers' Voices as much as I do. Now, without any further ado, kick back, kick your shoes off, air your corns out, and get ready to listen to another fine show.
Welcome to Trucker. Well, good afternoon, everybody. I hope everybody's doing fine on this fine Thursday night. I hope y'all had a great day of trucking. Here we are again, back with another special Truckers' Voices podcast tonight. And we got some special guests coming on tonight, Hershel and Alissa, and they're going to be talking everything Saftey Drive for a Cure 2025. So, hey, y'all call somebody, tell somebody, send them a message. However you need to get a hold to them tonight. Let them know that that's what we're talking about, because they're going to want to hear some of the stuff that's coming up. We've got some important changes coming up for the Saftey Drive for a Cure that y'all need to be aware of. So, hey, let your friends know. I know y'all got the CBs out. I know you got the cell phones out. So, hey, text them right now. Not while you're driving, though, but you know what? Let them know that they need to tune in tonight to not Saftey Drive for a Cure, but Truckers' Voices there. You know, I'm so Saftey Drive for a Cure minded that I get it mixed up sometimes. But, hey, here we are again. It's been a couple of weeks since we had a show. Some things have come up, but that we couldn't have the show. But we appreciate it every time that y'all tune in to listen to what we have to talk about, or listen to the truck drivers with their stories and how they got into trucking. And that brings me to another note. If you have a story of how you got into the trucking industry, and it just doesn't have to be how you got into the trucking industry. It could be a story that's happened to you while you've been in the trucking industry. We want to hear it right here on Truckers' Voices. So, hey, reach out to me or Steve, get in touch with us, and we'll schedule you to come on air there. So we would love to have you on Truckers' Voices. You can either come on air live, or you can call in on the phone call. But anyway, without further ado, let me bring old Steve in here tonight and let him greet everybody. And then we get right on with the show, okay?
Me rolling, they hating, patrolling and trying to catch me riding dirty, trying to catch me riding dirty, trying to catch me riding.
That's right. Old Steve, he's riding dirty sometimes.
Oh, yeah. We're a little bit of hoarse here and there. The voices going in and out. They're taking the crops out of the field, and I think hay fever's getting a hold of me. Their eyes been itching, stuff like that. But how you been doing, buddy?
Been doing good, Steve, man. You sound better than you did the other day when I talked to you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it comes and goes, but we're doing pretty good. I mean, we ain't got a cough or nothing like that. I COVID tested. Everything's negative, so we're all good. And, just a little hoarse, but we'll make it through. And, Missed everybody. Last couple of weeks we've been busy and everything else, but we got a great show tonight. Got some good information coming. So hope everybody's doing good out there tonight, driving safe.
Good stuff, good information coming out, Steve. But you have something that you want to share with everybody.
Yeah, I sure do. We're talking about safety drives and things like that this weekend over in Smithfield, North Carolina, MAPTA, the Mid-Atlantic Professional Truck Drivers Association. You can find them on Facebook at MAPTA or type in the Mid-Atlantic Professional Truck Drivers Association. They're having their safety drive for Make-A-Wish this Saturday. And if you want to go on there and check it out and everything, looking forward to it. They just moved it down to North Carolina this year. So talked to Harold the other day, and they're getting fired up, getting ready, and I'm going to take off in the morning. I'll be down there tomorrow afternoon. I look forward to seeing as many as possible.
10-4. All right. Well, we got some guests waiting in the wings, Steve. So let's don't delay this no more. We got Hershel and Alissa waiting. So we're going to bring them in here on our guest theme song. How about that?
Sounds good to me.
First up, Hershel Evans and Alissa.
I like the song.
Pretty good.
Absolutely. Yeah, we bring everybody in on the Rocky song because, like we tell everybody, they are champions in their own right. So speaking of champions, let me go ahead and give a special shout out to Jackie Reed. He's over there in Mississippi, national grand champion this year at the National Truck Driving Championship.
Good
Super
job,
nice,
baby.
super humble guy.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yep. Great guy. And so it's good to see. Alissa, I didn't pronounce your name on purpose because I knew I'd butcher it there, right?
That's right. Last name's Karras. It looks challenging, but it's not too bad.
Yeah, well, it's good to have you. And if you'll just greet our listening audience again, you're no stranger to the show by no means. So, but introduce yourself to the listening audience, and we'll just jump right into it.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Tim. Thank you, Steve. I'm Alissa Karras. I am with the Pediatric Brain Tumor Foundation, joining my good friend Hershel today to talk about, as Tim said, all things 2025 safety drive for a cure. Also to express, our gratitude for the truck driving community for this Truck Driver Appreciation Week. And it's an honor to be back on the show. So thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you for coming. Hershel, we'll give you the opportunity to greet everybody. I don't think anybody on here, I think everybody knows you, Hershel, but go ahead and greet the listening audience.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for having me. Hershel Evans, formerly of Holland/Yellow, and now driving for Aubrey Sylvie Enterprises out here in West Georgia. So, organizer of the Safety Drive for a Cure, and one of the task force members with the Atlanta Ride for Kids, both of which benefit the Pediatric Brain Tumor Foundation, a fine group of people that I've had the pleasure of being involved with since somewhere around 1987, 1988 that I first got involved with them. And I've just always been impressed with their work and really drawn in by the families and the kids that they support and work with, and just a heck of a cause to be involved with. Just really something that does your heart good to be part of it.
Yeah, absolutely, Hershel. So I don't know who wants to go first, but who wants to give us some details on what we can expect coming up in the near future?
I think that's you, Hershel.
As far as the 2025 Safety Drive for a Cure, we have selected a date. That date will be March 22nd, 2025. I had the chance to talk to my team at UPS at Indy at NTDC. There were several of them there, and I met them out in one of the lobbies, and we chatted for a while. And we're all they're happy to rehost us again this year. Tickled to death to bring us back in their lot. we talked last year about doubling the size of the footprint we're going to have. We're going to make a few changes with the parking lot as far as, try to make the flow better. So I think we learned a lot last year with, where we had things positioned and where we had, things that we're going to adjust a few things so we don't have overlapping traffic. So we're going to fix that problem. And we're going to have 2 courses this year on the course. So we're going to have a course for the smaller trucks and a course for the larger trucks. So that's going to be a change. Probably 2 of the biggest changes that we're going to have is Alissa has been working really hard behind the scenes to allow us to open our registration October 1st. So unless something has changed, we're going to allow drivers to start registering, start signing up, and most importantly, start raising funds October 1st. And all of that will be credited toward the 2025 Saftey Drive for a Cure.
Absolutely.
The next thing that's going to be a very big change this year is we are going to require pre-registration. It is just with the massive numbers we have and we're larger than the vast majority of state TDCs, and the fact that we pull all this off in one day is logistically it's not easy. So it's really tough on our volunteers to do the job they've got to do if we allow a lot of changes to go on with, oh, we're going to add one more driver here, we're going to add one more driver there. That, we can't, we just flat out can't do it because it's too much of an impact on the folks that did sign up early and, want to come have a good time, a good experience. And, of course they want to get their scores back quicker. So the only way we can do that is to require everyone to pre-register. The only exception to that may be the better half class, because of course all they do is drive the course. They don't do a written test. They don't do a vehicle inspection. So we, I'll have to talk to Emily and make sure she's okay with that. But I'm pretty sure we're going to allow the better half class to sign up the day of. But all the other classes are going to have to sign up early. You're going to, you don't have to pay when you sign up. You don't have to put any money down. Just sign up, get your fundraising page. There's be a discount code that you'll put in the fundraiser pages. Write the word check, and that will zero out your invoice. And basically all you're doing is you're saying, yep, I'm coming, I'm going to raise money, I'm going to share my page, I'm going to tell everybody what I'm doing, and by the time I get there, I'll have my $50 donation. And if it, something happens and you want to pay as soon as you get there, that's fine. But that's that's the goal in getting everybody to sign up and get a fundraising page, is to get the word spread, get the word out to your fellow drivers, the people you work with, your coworkers, let them know what you're doing, and hopefully grow the event that way. So that's what we're after, is, to get, of course, our number one reason for doing this is to raise funds for the foundation. That's the absolute goal. So everything works together to make that easier. And that's the great benefit of that, is that it makes scoring and the running order and everything else run so much smoother the day of the event. Now, if you don't know whether you're coming or you think you might come, and you hadn't decided, or you're not really sure whether you might get the day off, go ahead and sign up.
Right.
It's so easy to just hit delete if you're not able to make it. If you're not going to be able to make it, we can delete and knock you out of the running order a whole lot easier than we can put you in the running order.
Yeah.
So that's why we want everybody to sign up. We're going to require everybody to sign up early, is because we can do that. And there may be a cutoff. We're still trying to decide exactly what that cutoff might be, but I'm thinking somewhere around the 250 mark on drivers. And I've been talking to Tim McElwaney. Tim McElwaney was actually at Nationals this year working on the course, and he's got a really good idea about how many drivers we can put through the course on each day. So we're thinking that cutoff number is going to probably be in the 250 range. So if you want to be one of those 250, you got to get signed up early and be ready to go. And we're going to do our part to make sure you have a great time at our event.
Yeah, you said each day, but you meant the day of there, right? Not
Yeah,
each
the
day.
day of. Yeah, no, yeah, the day
Just
of.
one day.
Yeah.
So Hershel, and before we go over to Alissa here, Hershel, tell us what you need as far as and how people can get involved with volunteering, because I know that's always a big thing right there.
Yes. It's probably going to move from volunteering to voluntold because it's the thing is we've got to have bodies out there on the course. We've got to have drivers on the course. We've got to have people on the course to do the judging. That's always been our biggest sticking point, is getting enough judges on the course to judge.
Right.
And I really encourage drivers that want to compete in the TDC to get out on the course and judge. You will learn more about driving a TDC course by being out there on the course and watching other drivers drive. And don't feel like you're cheating when you're out there doing this, because that's what this event's all about, is about learning and getting involved and seeing, if you like it, if you're going to enjoy it, if you want to really, be hardcore at it, and you'll learn more being out there judging. So part of what we're going to do, and we tried some of this last year, is, we usually have a running order for driving, have a running order for vehicle inspection. We're probably going to throw a third running order in there, and it's going to be judging. So if you're not up to drive and you're not up to pre-trip anytime soon, guess what? Your assignment is going to be to go to the course and judge. And then we're going to work out the logistics of it to where, maybe when you come out of pre-trip, you will go straight to the course and judge, and you'll judge and you'll stay there and judge until you're relieved. So when another driver comes out of pre-trip, they'll come relieve you. So we'll have a rotation going that way. So we're still working all that out, but it's pretty much going to be a have to, because we have to. I don't want anybody to be stuck out there all day long.
Right.
We do get a lot of the motor carrier compliance division officers from Georgia that come, and they don't mind being out there all day. This is kind of they're coming. They're kind of being voluntold by their bosses to show up and help us, and that's wonderful. We appreciate their help, but we don't want our volunteers just to stand out in the sun. Hopefully we have sun. We don't want them to stand out in the sun or the rain all day long judging the course. So we want to have a rotation going. So that's most likely going to be the way we do it, is to just have you, as you leave pre-trip, you'll be told, hey, report to course A, problem 5. That's where you're going to go. And you report there, you stay there, and then when another 20 people come out of pre-trip, you'll get relieved. Somebody relieves, hey, go get some lunch, go have a good time, enjoy yourself. So, but yeah, volunteers are always,
essential.
our essential thing that we have to have. And it takes just to get the course manned, especially if we're going to have 2 courses, but just to get the course manned, we need like, almost 50 people. 25 on each course that's not too many. 2 on each problem, there's 20 right there. A couple at the start point, a couple at the end point, you've got 25 people on the course.
Right.
So, we need about 50 people out there at a time to make everything work like it ought to.
And I can speak to that as far as volunteering. Don't look at it as something that you have to do. Look at it as an opportunity to look at a problem and analyze it, because you can learn so much from just being on a course judging, and that will help you out also,
Absolutely. You watch a driver come around a corner and line up, and you go, whoops, he did that wrong. I'll know not to do that.
Right.
But that's and you're not going to pick up enough stuff out there judging one problem that's going to give you an unfair advantage.
Right.
Because we're all here for fun anyway. But you'll get the idea, especially for the new drivers, the new people that have never done this before. They're gonna start to understand. Okay, this is why they swing wide, or this is why they cut short, or this is why they stay tight over here or stay tight over there. You learn those things by watching other drivers drive it. So that's what we want. We want this event to be the kind of event where the new guys come to try it out and the old guys come to get a little practice in.
Right.
So,
right. And before we throw it to Alissa, I want to tell everybody that I've just opened up the phone line, and so you can call in with any questions that you got tonight. That number is 251-616-2151. That's 251-616-2151. I'll put it in the chat here in just a minute. But anyway, Alissa, so it's so good to have you on here, and your role with the Pediatric Brain Tumor Foundation. Just go ahead and tell us a little bit about what's going on there.
Sure. So my role at the foundation, I work on the philanthropy team, which right now, September is a really big month for us. It is Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. So we have a lot of initiatives going on to just bring light and attention to, this devastating disease. Um, we at the foundation share a lot of facts and figures, and I wanted to provide some of those to you just to give a little context to, anyone who gets involved in Saftey Drive for a Cure and what Hershel and his group of volunteers is doing, is raising money to make these statistics, to change these statistics. So more children are diagnosed with pediatric brain tumors than any other childhood cancer. Pediatric brain tumors are the leading cause of disease-related death for children and adolescents in the US. While new cases of brain tumors in adults are shrinking each year, incident rates of pediatric brain tumors continue to grow. The after effects of brain tumors has increased 45% since 2010. So while we're seeing, patients making it to adulthood and through survivorship, the amount of after effects that can continue to take a toll on someone diagnosed with a pediatric brain tumor is very significant. So I just share some of those. Obviously, some of them are quite alarming, but to bring perspective to what this group is doing to change. And, we were talking a little bit logistics wise about 2024, which was my first opportunity to be out at the event. I could have only heard behind the scenes from Hershel, the amount of volunteers it takes to pull off an event like this, and just seeing the success of this last year, knowing that things are going to get bigger and better. I truly encourage anyone who has, the time or interest in coming out. I myself, who had never been to anything like this before, learned a lot in just one go. So definitely on board with that opportunity to just learn and experience something new in a way, you might not have thought you would enjoy. So totally encourage that.
Right, right. So, Steve, do you have anything real quick? Like, you've been kind of quiet over there, buddy.
I guess the only thing I really got is, when you're announcing the drivers, everybody was having a little trouble hearing. I know the speaker system is going to have to depend on the weather. You can't put the speakers out if it's raining or anything like that. But I know a lot of people was having trouble hearing, when they're up next, how many guys, the gentleman emceeing it would call so many names, people would miss it. And then, they're trying to go over, figure out, they just kind of tuck them in. Can we do something to maybe organize that a little better?
Yeah, the PA system is it's a fine line you've got to walk between having it where everybody can hear it and having it so loud that it makes the day not enjoyable. I mean, you don't want it to sound like a massive stadium announcing system where it's just it's so loud that nobody can hear themselves think.
Right.
But that's part of what we were talking about with getting the running order set in stone way before we get here, is then we can have a much more accurate running order to hand Sam, so he can go through the drivers much easier. And it will also help if when the drivers fill out their bio when they sign up, type the stuff out that that you've done, type out your accomplishments and those kind of things. Make sure we have all that information. And we're going to do our part to try to make that. That's one of the things we had at our wrap up meeting that we wanted to make better is that part of it. We spend a lot of time concentrating on getting the course running well, and getting the food and getting the all the other moving parts that take to get there. And that probably is I will admit that probably is one of our lower priorities, because when it comes to coming here and enjoying it and having a good time, hearing the announcer probably is further down on most people's priorities. But that it is on our radar. We do know that needs to be addressed, and we're going to try to a better way of doing that. With a better communication between the table. It also helped if we had extra volunteers to assist Sam up there where someone else is staying in contact with the uh, start line and letting him know who's pulling on the course.
Mm-hmm.
And then, if somebody could concentrate on that, Sam could concentrate on doing the announcing of who's coming on the course. So he probably needs an assistant up there. He probably needs somebody up there with him who's in direct contact with Mike Shupp at the start line or Emily at the start line and letting him know, hey, Tim Taylor's coming on the course in the Twins or the Tanker or whatever he decides to drive this year. But that's, so he'll know who's pulling onto the course.
Just a suggestion, you could throw it out as just a suggestion, maybe like a whiteboard sitting right outside the tent, and you mark who's where, who needs to go where real quick or something like that.
Yeah, we did. We had a kind of a system of that for a while. Emily put on the driver's badges. You were given a group, so you were in a group, an alphabetical group. So when your alphabetical group came up, it was more or less like, okay, group C, it's time for you to go to the start line. So everybody that looked on their badge and flipped their badge over and says, okay, I've got a C on here. It's time for me to go to the start line. The problem with that is everybody, they come here, they want to have a good time. They're socializing, they're standing around,
right,
talking, telling trucker lies, and, they're not paying attention. So it's, I've had to go up and get the microphone before, or go up and just tap somebody on the shoulder and say, hey, pal, they're waiting on you to start line. Get a move on. So
right.
I know we could move to a system that they use up in the one up in doggone it, I don't know how it slipped my mind. The one Rolling Bullock's involved with up north.
Yeah, oh yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
Honestly, the name of it slipped my mind right now, but it's an awesome event. I went to it one year. They've been doing it for a long time. I think they've been at it for well over 20 years now. And they basically give the drivers a start time and say, here's your start time. Your time on the course is, 2:06. Your time starts at 2:06. If your butt's not in the saddle and your butt's not, at the start line ready to go, that's on you. So me being, I was up there that year, and I go to the start line and get the truck, and I didn't realize that, I was the one that's supposed to pull on the course at my time. I was sitting there waiting on a judge to pull me on the course. My time was already running. And I ended up getting beat because I had too much of a delay at the start line, not taking off what I was supposed to. So,
hey, Hershel, we got a call coming in. Welcome to Truckers Voices. Who do we have on the line tonight?
Oh, yes. Hello. My name is Emily.
Hey, Emily, I'm so glad you called in. You are a vital part of the Saftey Drive for a Cure, and we would love to have your insight on some of the, things that could be improved on, or some suggestions or some information that our listening audience needs to know.
Absolutely. I think I just turned on the podcast a second ago, so I'm a little behind. So hopefully I don't repeat anything, but I think sign up early, sign up often, and that'll help us be best prepared for everybody. We have a new way that we do scoring, so that at the end of the day, you guys can draw prizes and we can hand out some trophies, and everybody can get on their way quickly without having a long delay in between the end of competition and the end of the event. So the earlier you sign up and the earliest we know about it, it makes it better for everybody and will make the day go so much smoother.
All right.
And Emily, I had told everybody that this year we're going to require pre-registration. There will be no day of signing up. So if they want to come, they want to drive, they want to compete, they are going to have to sign up ahead of time. And that cutoff for that, we haven't set that date yet, but you're going to be the one to give me that date and tell me when you want that to cut off. But we're going to require pre-registration. I told them it's much easier to delete you off the line if you end up not being able to make it than it is to add you to it and just throw you into the running order, and mess up everybody else's running order down the line. So if you can't make it, you can't make it. We can delete you out. That's no problem. But we're not going to be adding anybody in at the day of the event.
And just to incentivize and show gratitude for everyone jumping in early, Hershel, I think I told you about these, but they finally came in and they look fantastic. So the page opens October 1st, as Hershel said. So the first 50 people, and depending on how quickly 50 people sign up, I may change, may do more of these. But I have one of a kind. They are air fresheners with our branding on it. So just a little fun
that's
something. Cool. That I will mail directly to the first 50 people. They are forest scented, so they smell really good. And just as a little thank you and to encourage everybody to sign up early, first 50 people get one of these.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, Emily, thank you for calling in tonight. And is there anything else that you want to add to the conversation?
Yeah, absolutely. The deadline for registration right now is February 1st. And if we need to extend that a little bit because demand is high and we're about to set some records for fundraising and attendees and stuff like that, we can extend that to the middle of February. But after that, it takes the team and the scoring software and everything. It takes everybody about 5 weeks to get everything ready to roll before a TDC. So right now it's February 1st, but we can always extend it a little bit out. But I encourage everybody to sign up before then.
Sign up early, sign up often, as you said, right?
That's right. And it gives you time to fundraise and tell people why and why you're fundraising. Right. We do charge you an entry fee, but the number that we raise every year, the reason it's so high is because so many people commit to fundraising. And it may be because you have a relative that had cancer, that passed away from childhood cancer, or even a brain tumor, like I did. So it's so important to tell people your why.
Right. Actually tell them your story. And yeah, absolutely. And yeah, thank you very much, Emily. And we do appreciate everything that you do to make this event such a great success, for sure.
This event would not happen without Emily.
It is
no doubt.
Right.
It's so fun. It's a lot of fun, and I'm dumb enough to do it again a few weeks later every year. So I do 2 a year, and I do them within 6 weeks of each other. So I don't know if that makes me smart or dumb. I'm not sure.
Makes you prepared.
That's right.
All right. Well, thank you for calling Truckers Voices and adding value to what we're talking about tonight.
Yes.
All right. Thanks, y'all.
Thanks, Emily.
All right, that's Emily from the GMTA. She's a vital part of the Saftey Drive Procure. I would like to let everybody know that number to call is 251-616-2151. If you got any questions or any comments, we will welcome your call tonight. But if not, we're just going to keep on talking there, right?
Yes.
All right. So I've got a few things that I want to throw out there as far as the Saftey Drive goes. I am fixing to kick off my fall raffle here in the next. Well, you know what? I tell you what, I'll do it this way. I'm going to kick off the fall raffle on October 1st, whenever registration opens up. How about that?
Sounds good.
What I want to do right now is I want to share my screen with you guys. So anyway, while I'm getting that set up, you guys go ahead and talk about something. Steve, if you got some questions, go ahead. I'm going to get the screen ready to set up. Okay.
Okay. Is the hotels, how's that situation going to happen? How quick is that going to come into play?
We're going to approach the same hotels we had last year.
Okay.
And I don't know how far out they will give us a block.
Okay.
We're going to have to see what their requirements are, if they'll block them for us. This far out, we'll go ahead and have those ready just as soon as possible.
Okay.
And we may have to hunt for additional hotels because in years past we have absolutely blown out the hotels that we blocked out. So
Right.
That's something I'd be shopping for if I was planning to come. I would be shopping for a hotel pretty soon.
Okay.
Go ahead, Steve.
I was just going to ask another question. Always people want to help volunteer, set up things. How early do you want them to come in if they want to? Do you want them to sign a list?
We have a sign up sheet. We use a Sign Up Genius, and they have we have a format we put on there. You can go through and pick off multiple uh, multiple jobs if you want to. You can be part of the setup crew. You can be part of the teardown crew. You can pre sign up to be a course judge if you want to. All those things are on that the Sign Up Genius. We'll use the same format we used the past few years, and we'll just make some edits to it as far as having two different courses. We'll have a course A and a course B.
Right.
And with the food volunteers and the for all that kind of stuff, yeah, that's all out there. It's hard to get people to commit to wanting to do that job. A lot of people show up and say, well, just tell me what you need to do. Tell me what I need to do. And of course, they know I'm not bashful. I'll give them a job. I'll put them to work doing something. But it's a
Right.
lot easier if they go ahead and sign up for what they would prefer, and then they know what their job is when they show up. They can, come prepared to, if you're going to work in the food tent, come work in the food tent. That's where you're supposed to report to. You don't have to hunt me down and look for a job assignment. You'll already know where you're going to be going and what you're going to be doing.
Right. Well, I guess the main question I'm looking at is what day do y'all start your setup? Do you start on Wednesday? Do you start on Thursday? How much help do you need that early?
We put that on Sign Up Genius too. I don't know what we had on there that day, and I don't know exactly what day UPS is going to give us access to the parking lot.
Okay.
But we will at least have access to the parking lot all day on Friday. We'll probably have access to part of it on Thursday.
Okay.
The tent guys will probably come in and set their tents up. They usually come in either Thursday or Friday morning and set their tents up. They may come in Wednesday, depending on what they've got access and room. Because with it being a secured area, the tent guy sometimes to assist their schedule and running smooth, they'll go in and set their tents up at an event like ours where it's where it's in a secured lot and they can set their stuff up and not worry about it. They may come in a day or two early and set their tents up.
Okay.
So as far as that goes, they come in, set their tents up. All our volunteers do is put out the tables and chairs.
Right.
And then we put them back up when we're done. That's that set up.
Okay.
The course setup is always done on Friday. We wait until we're completely through with the parking lot, completely got everything lined up, and we do the course setup on Friday. So that will be Tim McElwaney and David Weechers and their team. And you're welcome to come in and help with that too. That'll be one of the that will be one of the things you can pick on the Sign Up Genius. You can come in and help, be part of the course masters and help put that together.
So basically, the main thing is just pay attention for Sign Up Genius, and you can go with it from
Yes.
there. Okay.
Yep.
Sounds good.
And if we start getting closer to the event, I'll start looking in there and see what's lacking, or see where we're missing volunteers, or see where we don't have anybody signed up yet. And that's like if we don't have enough for pre-trip yet. If things go like they're going to be planned, we'll have a whole lot of FedEx folks in the pre-trip doing a whole lot of UPS trucks. So that's how that's probably going to pan out. I hadn't talked to Don Logan yet to see if he's coming back again this year. But if he does, he's got a good crew that comes with him.
Right.
And they'll need help. They'll need timekeepers and judges in the pre-trip area. And then the equipment we'll need equipment handlers to get there and line the trucks up, set them up, pair them together, so we get all the sponsors' equipments, so we get it on the course or get it, where everybody can see it. We always need help, wiping down windows and mirrors and making sure the trucks are ready to go on the course, that kind of thing. So
yeah,
but all those things are pretty thought out in advance, and the jobs are all there on the Sign Up Genius if people go look for them. So
yeah. And Emily normally gets that out pretty early. So yeah,
Yeah, it'll be. I mean, we've been using that same format for our event for several years now, and we'll
hmm
the only tweaking we'll do to it this year will be for the extra course. So
All,
we'll need more for that one.
all right. So Herschel, right here on the screen, I have a 5x8 trailer, and that is something that Scott Post had actually asked me about, and it's in Minnesota right now. But we're going to start this raffle off on October the 1st, and we will give this trailer away on January the 1st of 2025. Okay, that will be our fall raffle to kick it off. I'll just share a couple more trailer pictures. That's a nice little trailer. I mean, you get a
Yeah, it
good,
is.
nice little lawnmower, or four wheeler, or
Oh
whatever
yeah.
on there. This would be nice to have around the house. But tickets will be $10 each. You buy two, and you get one entry free. So $20 gets your name in there 3 times. But you can contact myself or Scott Post, and we will get your name in there. Now, the reason I'm waiting until October 1st, that way I can get my fundraiser page up. And you know what? People can give directly to the fundraiser page.
And you get your air freshener if you get your fundraiser page up early.
That's right. That's right. So I'm going to have mine up on October 1st. By no means, no doubt about it. Mine will be up October 1st. But Scott was generous enough to go pick this up, purchase it, and everything. So got a good little deal on that 5x8 there. So
That's awesome. Thanks so much, Scott.
yeah, Scott and Nancy, we do appreciate them. They are avid supporters of the show and avid
They
supporters
are.
of the Safety Drive for Cure. Also,
Absolutely. Yep,
But
they really are.
anyway, well then, what else we got to talk about tonight? I still got the phone lines open. If anybody's got any questions, call in. We'll take your phone call. Alyssa, talk to us about what the Safety Drive for Cure over the last several years. And I know you was heavily involved with the first time last year, right, with us.
Mm-hmm.
Just tell us what kind of impact that has for the Pediatric Brain Tumor Foundation.
It's absolutely fantastic. And I can say, in the role I am in at the foundation, this event is something I talk about everywhere that I go. So it doesn't matter who the audience is, what they're interested in. I think the unique nature and the community that is created by this event is just absolutely fantastic, and something again that I share everywhere I go, and spread the word. Hershel's a well-known celebrity, where we had 2 individuals come up to us at a different event for the foundation saying they knew Hershel. So they just came up and they said, I know Hershel Evans. So his name is out there as well. But every dollar raised, Emily said earlier that, and I know Hershel is very conscious about this for his event, that goes towards the mission. That's serving our research mission. That's providing dollars directly to innovative research funding that we hope will find cures and treatments for pediatric brain tumors. It's going to serve families directly. So we provide direct financial support to patient families through our Butterfly Fund for a myriad of reasons that they would need financial assistance. And it's going to support our advocacy efforts. So one of the areas that, is really up and coming for the foundation is our work in the advocacy space, both state and federally, to ensure that patients have access to care. They have treatment options that they need, that there are systems in place that allow patients and families needing support to get the support and treatment that they need. So donations go to support all those different areas, which is absolutely fantastic. And that is really making a difference. I can use, I'll give one example if that's okay, Tim.
Yep.
We recently, earlier this year, had Day One Pharmaceuticals, which is a biopharmaceutical company. They produced the first of its kind drug to treat a specific type of pediatric brain tumor. So this is first of its kind. Nothing like this has ever come to market. And PBTF is super proud of being able to say that our supporters and our funds went into the research at Dana-Farber Institute that helped lead to the development of this first of its kind drug. And that is just, in my mind, I keep calling this the first of many. Because now that this company has said this is possible, this is how you do this, this is a way into finding treatments for these types of brain tumors. I hope it just inspires other organizations to take that step forward, and we'll see the next of its kind in the same sense. But something like that is the first of its kind is made possible because of supporters like those involved in Saftey Drive for a Cure.
Yeah, and you said something about how it impacts families. I want to drill down on that a little bit. Can you kind of walk us through day one of a family that finds out that a child has a brain tumor? What does that look like?
Sure. Everybody's story is so unique, and what we aim to do at the foundation is meet a family wherever they are at, in their pediatric brain tumor journey. So that could be from day one, right? We hope we are a resource for patients and their families that find themselves in this unfortunate circumstance and are able to find the foundation and the resources we provide. That's not always the case. So we do try, wherever a family is at, that's where we want to meet them. But our resources for families, in addition to the financial resources I mentioned, which can be really for anything from, gas to, lodging, things of that nature that a family needs when going through treatment. We provide a lot of additional resources like support groups for survivors. We have a sibling support group. So we understand that a brain tumor diagnosis doesn't just affect the individual child, it affects everyone in their support network, siblings included. So we really have a full range of resources that are available to provide that psychosocial support that comes with the diagnosis, as well as, again, that financial piece.
Okay. All right. And one other thing I wanted to ask about is explain to the listening audience what a star kid is.
Sure. So here at the foundation, we call our patients, any child associated with a brain tumor diagnosis, a star. They are our North Star. Patients and their families are the driving force behind everything that we do here at the foundation. Every decision we make, anything we're looking to do, we look to our patient families and our stars to help guide us in the right direction. So to us, they are our stars.
I got you. And some of these kids I have met in the past at this event, and I would love to see some more of the kids come out and take a ride in the truck around the course, or get up and honk the horn, or whatever it is. So hey, the more kids you can bring out, that would be better. If you can get in contact with some families this year and just invite them out to the Saftey Drive for a Cure, for sure.
We definitely will be doing a big invite. I think, last year, again, was my first time coming out, but I felt, and Hershel, you could probably speak to this, there was just so much for families to do, so many things for them to get involved with the trucks, with the golf carts, with the games, the activities that UPS, provided, the bounce house, that kind of thing. So it really was such a family-friendly experience that I know from the experiences that several of our families had this past year, they'll be more wanting to come out and join.
That is one of the real blessings with the UPS would get involved with us is, we haven't had, the sponsorship to push, the type of activities that they wanted to have for the families, but they wanted this to be a very family-friendly event. So they foot the bill for all of that stuff to have it there and have it available for the families. And I mean, they really are, if there's a blessing in disguise of losing your job after 3 decades, it really has been UPS getting involved with us and getting involved behind this event, because they really have, just jumped in with both feet to help us make this a success and make it be really friendly for the families. And yeah, we'd love to see the little, the stars come out and join us. I know
Right.
with the at the Ride for Kids, we always, we called them the stars, and the way we looked at it was they were the star for the day because they were, the Ride for Kids, which is where this money goes to. Uh, uh, the Atlanta Ride for Kids that I've been involved with for such a long time. We were one of the very few motorcycle charity rides that actually took the kids that we were raising money for with us on the ride. So they actually got on the motorcycles and rode with us. Depending on their level of deficits that they had from surgeries or chemo, they may not be able to ride on the back of a full blown motorcycle, but they could sit in a sidecar or they could ride in a slingshot or, something along that nature. So, but we made every effort we could to get every one of them actually on a motorcycle and ride in the event with us. So, we tried to make them a star for the day. So,
Yeah. Herschel, I want to ask you this question. I want to take you back a few years, and I want you to tell the listening audience. We got about 10 minutes left of the show, but I want you to tell the listening audience because I remember this vividly. The first time I met you, the first time I laid eyes upon you, and the reason that one of the main reasons I'm involved with this is the story of how you got involved with the Pediatric Brain Tumor Foundation.
I got involved with the Ride for Kids just because I wanted a place to go ride a motorcycle, and I got involved with them. Just I saw a weatherman uh, on TV with his motorcycle and was asking folks to come out and ride the motorcycles. So I showed up the first year, just any old guy showed up at the registration time, only to find out there was already several hundred people already in the parking lot. So the next year, me and some buddies, we decided we'd come back a little earlier next year and we'd show up and be further up in the line of the bikes. So when we showed up real early, uh, they started throwing us volunteer T-shirts. So all right, here you are, you're a volunteer. So they put us to work. We're setting up tents, and we're setting up food, we're setting up drinks, we're just doing whatever we were told to do. And I got involved with them doing that, and just gradually, through going back year after year, uh, kept getting more and more responsibilities. With the Ride for Kids, and ended up being on was part of the first task force that was formed for the Ride for Kids was at the Atlanta Ride. And then in 1991, Honda got involved with us, and they took the ride nationwide. They took it all over the country. But the gentleman and his wife that started the Pediatric Brain Tumor Foundation in 1991 were two friends of mine named Mike and Diane Trainer. And uh, Mike always had uh, a real strong feeling that the motorcyclists that are involved with our ride, the money they raise should go to the foundation. It should go to the cause that we're working for. So his big push every year was to get sponsors to pay for everything that we do, to pay for our T-shirts, pay for our food, pay for every item that we need. They paid for, and that's always been what we've been able to pull off with the Saftey Drive is to get uh, sponsors to cover all of our costs before the event ever starts. All of our costs are covered by our sponsors. They know what they're paying for. They're paying for each different items and or donating items to our raffle. All those items we have in our raffle and our auction, all those items are given to us. We don't pay for any of those.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, that's what got me started was going and seeing uh, the motorcycle ride and seeing what kind of people they are, getting to know them and getting to understand that what they're doing is really good work, and that's really where their heart was doing this for kids. And it got started in 1984 in Atlanta with it was Mike Trainer and some of his buddies that had a friend who had a daughter that had a brain tumor, and they just got together and raised some money to help the family. And then they did that at a little place called Cycle Nut and Bolts out in uh, the east side of Atlanta, Clarkston, Georgia. And they met there at Cycle Nuts and Bolts and went on a ride. And that's how it got started. And I think I missed the first 3 years of it because I was still in high school because I'm a young guy. But when I did get involved with them, one of my first ride must have been 88, the first ride I went on, 88 or 87. I graduated high school in 86, and I missed 86 because I blew a hole in my piston on my motorcycle. But I think 87 was the first year I went, and first year I was involved with the ride.
So Herschel, we all have a reason why we do this, and I appreciate you sharing that. And cancer can hit close to home. I guarantee you, there's nobody in this nation that doesn't know someone that's had some kind of form of cancer, for sure, because it affects every family. It's not.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't discriminate by no means. I know within my family, I lost my own 10-year-old niece to acute lymphomic leukemia. And that's one of the reasons I'm involved. And, I'm involved because I saw your heart. I think you had it hit close to home too, with your father-in-law. Is that correct?
Yep. Yeah. 20 years after we were already, involved with the Pediatric Brain Tumor Foundation, my father-in-law got diagnosed with a what's called a GBM, which is a glioblastoma multiforme, which is out of the 100 tumors that they've identified, or 100 plus tumors they've identified, the GBM is probably in the top 3 as far as being one of the most deadly you can get. And yeah, we saw firsthand where the the helplessness that you can experience, knowing knowing what it can do to your family member.
Right.
So yeah, that kind of kick started, wanting to do the safety drive even more.
Right.
But it got started with start off as what's called the Battle of the Borders. This truck driving thing did, where it was just drivers with yellow and roadway that or I think it was roadway just started it, but got started with them up in the Carolinas, and then when they lost where they were having it and they wanted to put it on our property in Atlanta, they asked me if I would take it over, and I told them I'd take it over on the condition that we do it, as a fundraiser of some kind.
Right.
And all of them, they'd known me for years. We, a bunch of drivers, a bunch of coworkers, so they knew that I was involved with the Atlanta Ride for Kids because I'd always hit them up for money every year.
Right.
So the committee pretty much said, well, let's do it for the brain cancer thing you're involved with. And I said, hey, it's fine with me. That sounds good. So that's what got the Safety Drive for a Cure kick started.
Yep. And that passion right there that you just displayed a while ago about it, and your heart is what drew me in back years ago, 2011, 2012, somewhere along there.
Yeah. I think what you remember was when I got Driver of the Year in 2012.
Yeah.
When they got me up on stage, got me talking about what I was involved with.
Right. Well, we are right here at the top of the hour, so we're going to have to kind of, draw it to a close. But it's been a great show, a lot of information that we got put out there, and we can come back again and do this anytime y'all want to get anything out there to the drivers. And we appreciate you giving us the platform on the Safety Drive to air this also. And
absolutely.
But Alissa, thank you also.
Thank you.
Tell us real quick, like, why you're involved so heavily.
In the work that I do, or the Safety Drive event?
The work that you do.
So I feel compelled to share a personal connection, now that Hershel did as well. So as Tim said, it's very hard to, not have a personal connection to some type of cancer, unfortunately, whether friend, family, or acquaintance. I lost a dear friend of mine to a brain tumor when I was in high school. It was a very difficult, I would say, turning point in my life as a young person looking to kind of step out into the world. And her inspiration and hope has guided me in my career ever since. So she is one of the many people I show up here for every day.
Yeah, thank you, Steve. Personal connection there, brother. Why did you get involved?
Yeah, same thing. Family members with cancer. And Hershel, what was the first year you opened this up for everybody? 16?
No, it was
15.
we did. I think it was 13. I think 13 was. I got on the road team in 13, and I was sitting at the MC&E talking to our company brass in, oh Lord, that had to be 14. So it had to be, we raised money by ourselves just as a company for the first 2 years.
Right.
And then we opened it up to everybody. I think it was
Maybe it was 14.
Must have been 14 or 15.
Yeah.
That we opened it up for every company.
Because I remember you had Interstate 1 up there at Cleveland when we was at the IX Center on our
Yes.
TV here in the Buckeye. And I met you, and that was one of the first things you said was, why don't you come to Atlanta next March? And I got to conversing with you, and I jumped on a plane. You picked me up at the airport, and I worked, and get everything ready, competed, and been doing it every year since but one. And I had something going on I couldn't do, but every year I find out how more in depth this gets, and how well we help people, and it just drives me even more and more. And that's, anything I can get involved to help, that's what I do, because I've lost family members, I've lost friends, and everything helps. That's what we need to do is help. So, and it's a good time. Oh, it's a great time, man. You make so many friends and get phone numbers and see people and have a great time. So, yeah, it's
and we feed you.
Yeah. Good food. And you win stuff too, right?
Yep.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
Well, like I said, it's been a great show. I thank you guys for coming on and sharing. And March the 20th, right, Hershel? March
22nd.
22nd. March 22nd of 2025. October 1st, registration will be open. So, hey, like Emily said on the phone call earlier, register soon and register often, because we may have to cap it this year, right, Hershel?
Yep. Still working on a hard number, but it's going to be somewhere in the 250 range, I would imagine. But from everything I've been hearing, and I've been getting a lot of messages behind the scenes. I've got there's a gentleman that is taking about 20 or 30 of our flyers up to the MAPTA event Saturday, and going to pass them out for the guys that are interested. So I wish I had time to get up there, but I just got too many irons in the fire here around the house, and too much stuff we got to get done. So
right. Well, if y'all will just hold on, we're going to go ahead and go off the air here in just a second. But I want to thank each one of you for coming on. And I look forward to seeing everybody at the Saftey Drive for a Cure 2025 there, March 22nd. Alissa, thank you very much. The first 50 gets the air fresheners to sign up.
They do.
Yep. So y'all get signed up quick there. So anyway, thank y'all. Everybody have a good night. We'll be right back here next week on Truckers Voices. Y'all hang tight for a minute.